Okay. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. It's wonderful to be here. And again, conversations towards a better Liberia. I'm here with my brother, attorney Michael Fire. At the time we met, he wasn't an attorney at that time, but things have gone really fast and everybody's growing. And I'm happy to be in this live with you and engaging with you, in this very, very important conversation about Liberia, about the legal system, about entrepreneurship and business management. Thank you very much, my brother Michael. Please share with us a little bit about what you do, who you are, your practice, and so that we can know. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much again, Chisom. It's a pleasure being on your very great platform. I know you have invested so much in Liberia, especially in branding. So, as Chisom said, I'm Anthony Alo Michael Fire. I presently run a business called Mac Foster Ventures and Macom Technology. So in Macom Technology, we are into the ICT training industry. We integrate computers into high schools across the country. We complement our training with entrepreneurship because we believe that that is the fastest way to be a free person or person that is capable of taking care of his or herself. Entrepreneurship is the new gold mine and it comes with innovative ideas. So that where we work in basically right now. I'm a lawyer, a practicing attorney. I've been around the legal system for at least the last 10 years or more. I work with a law firm called Stubblefield Nibal and Associates, even before graduating from law school, before being admitted to the bar. So I've been around a little bit and I've been around some professional business development organization like the Consultant Management Enterprise owned by Ambassador Charles Minor. I used to work with him when I was doing my undergraduate studies. So basically, that's what we're into.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, so happy to see that you are also enabling, digital education for people who want to learn a new skill, who want to go digital and acquire digital skills, and also at the same time help businesses to be able to, use these digital skills for their growth, for people that are looking to get into entrepreneurship, like that. Thank you so much, Michael, for that very succinct, interpretation or introduction. Let's go right into it. Now, business in Liberia. Business in Liberia. A lot of people have questions. A lot of people every day they think about, okay, so how am I going to go about? Some people, this phrase, I leave it for God. you know it's like a normal situation that people have found themselves and they just leave it for God. you know Talk about the intersection of business and the legal system of Liberia. Do they, of course, obviously, we may have this inkling or we may have this idea that, of course, legality and the law, Liberian law, matters so much in our operation of business. But talk about it. To what extent? How far? Where does business and the legal system intersect? Sorry about that. We'll be Hello, Michael. So if you're just joining in, this is business and the legal system, in Liberia, and we we are with Mr. Michael F. Fire, who is going to be sharing with us. He's an attorney, and he's going to be sharing with us tips on how we can work with the legal system, how the legal system of Liberia can benefit businesses. We're having some technical glitches and difficulties. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Chisom, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so the question you asked, I'm so sorry we had disruption in the internet connection. So you asked basically the intersection of business and the Liberian legal system.
Yes.
Am I okay? Chisom, are you there? Chisom, are you there?
All right. So thank you. Welcome back. So please let's go ahead really quickly.
Okay, so like I was saying, business all over the world and Lord, they are intertwined and interwoven because business requires relationships, and relationships are somehow complex, and at times they become very dysfunctional. Like any other relationship, business relationship becomes dysfunctional at times, and most often because people have various reasons and explanation for why they will not meet their sal of a bargaining. So the only thing that help to strengthen that complex relationship, or the only thing that help to keep us on track, is the law. And that comes in various forms, either through a government regulations that say you cannot do XYZ as a business person, or through a contract that hold you accountable for what you do and what you fail to do. So the law is a big part of any business relationship, be it a relationship between a supplier or a relationship between a customer and client. Like for instance, we lawyers, if you were to hire me today to do a piece of job for you, I have a moral and ethical code that I'm supposed to live by. That's a law that says there are certain things I cannot do. If I will go to talk to the other client for any reason, if I will talk to the opposite side in a negotiation, you should be in a know, you should be fully aware. So law is the tool that enable that or that enhances a cordial and a harmonious relationship in business. Are you
Wow.
there?
Yes, I'm here. So business, like you said, I like the fact that you mentioned something, that's really, fascinating. Is business happens, based or business is a function of a relationship between two parties. So one person cannot conduct a business by himself or by herself. Business
Definitely.
has to be conducted by two parties. And wherever this conversation or this engagement starts, the law becomes a tool to ensure that these parties they, they stick, to their bargain. They are
Definitely.
held accountable for what they say. This is really,
Definitely.
really interesting. This is really interesting. So at the end of the day, this means that for a smooth operation of business, the law has to be, you know, um, the law as a tool has to be employed by a business owner or by somebody who is interested in, running their business, or who is interested in, you know, being successful in business, if I would use that word. Okay.
Definitely, and you are quite correct on it, because so from the inception of a business idea until you reach the actualization, there are set of laws, there are set of rules that entrepreneur or business owner must follow, and those are guiding principles that will lead you to successfully running your business. If you have to go for government contracts today, they ask you for your business registration, they ask you for your tax clearance, they ask you for your articles of incorporation. Those are all legal requirements that come within the perimeters of the law. The law set them out that before government give you a contract, before any entity give you a contract, they want to know your legal existence. Yeah.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Now, I just want you to go, very, very succinctly. I want you to just go, like, give details, simple points. What are the simple things that businesses must know about the Liberian legal system? We have generic things that apply to all legal systems, but for businesses operating in Liberia here, what are those very simple things, those very, very important things, urgent things that Liberian businesses must know, Liberian business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs must know, about a business. I recently learned something that um, there are classes of business, and there is
Definitely.
a particular class of business, where you you must have your business. The net value of your business must be at least 3 million US dollars. And when you are at that class of business in Liberia, you get all kinds of assistance from the banking system. You get waivers, you get all kinds of profits and all kinds of benefits, even though you must meet your requirement as that level of business in terms of tax, in terms of employment, in terms of all of this. However, you enjoy some certain
So some
privileges.
privileges. Yeah.
Yes, for at that
Definitely.
level of operating business, and it's really fascinating. So just talk to us. What are the simple things that small businesses must know, entrepreneurs must know?
So the first thing first is your business, your relationship or your business relationship and the government. That firstly must be formalized. You must enter the formal system, or you must legalize your relationship. Legalization in terms of registration. You register your business, we also give you lead you to tax payment, because once the government recognize you as a legal entity, then the next part again is tax payment. Like you said, with what fascinated you of learning the tax bracket. They got various tax bracket, and the tax accountants we tell you that we pay taxes in brackets. So maybe you say somebody who earn, if your turnover is maybe 15,000 US dollars a year, or maybe a quarter, that's a tax bracket. You got a particular tax bracket you in, and everything comes with its own privilege and benefits. So that is first thing there. You start your relationship with the government as an entrepreneur, endeavor to make your business legal, because it comes with a whole lot of benefits. One benefit could be you could get a tax exemption if the law provides for that. That would be detailed. If you could be protected. So the first thing you want to start is formalization, because if your business is formal, and you meet all the legal requirements, nobody will come to you and say, give me this because your business is not registered. So first thing, it protects you as an entity. And they got other things that will come in. Maybe you could apply for a grant to expand your business. Those are opportunities that you get when your business is formalized, generally across the country. So based on that relationship, there are three basic business types in Liberia, the kind of businesses we operate. So we got the first one we call the sole proprietorship. In our sole proprietorship, the business and the owner are one and the same. In that instance, if you were to take a decision on behalf of the business, you do not necessarily need a bold resolution because you are one and the same of the business. So you, the business owner, you make the decisions that impact the business on a day-to-day basis. Sole proprietorship. The second form of business is partnership, where two or more persons come together and form a business venture. It could be professional services. So for instance, I'm a lawyer, you are a brand ambassador. We come together and form a business, and that's a partnership. The downside of that is when one of us die or one of us move from there, the partnership collapse. But I will let us to zero in on a corporation. A corporation on a Liberian system is actually an artificial human being or artificial person that comes in where a group of individuals or another business come together to pursue a particular business goal. And corporation perhaps is one of the complex businesses to establish, because in establishing a corporation, you will need a pre-organization meeting where maybe if you and your friends want to register a corporation, you will come together to set up the basic ideas of what you want to do. You hire a lawyer, and this is key. This is key. I realize that most of us, because we think that quote unquote hiring a lawyer is cumbersome, it's expensive, and we try to do things back door. We go to the business registry, we get one of the staff there, we say, my man, do my articles of incorporation, and that is that. But the downside of that is a lawyer is someone who has been schooled, who has been trained, who did specific courses that guide you, that give you the professional knowledge and the expertise to write out business or articles of incorporation. Because articles of incorporation will mostly vary from corporation to corporation. You know exactly what you want to do. You know your business objective. You know what sort of protection you want to put in there for your board members, for your executives, for your agents. You want to set parameters about what people can do and what people cannot do for and on your behalf. This is why it's necessary, if you form your corporation or any business venture, consult a lawyer, because a lawyer will give you a head start. They will give you a details about what each of the business require. Are we there?
Yes, yes. Please continue.
Okay. So like I said, inform your corporation, get a lawyer, or all along your way in your business, whether it's sole proprietorship, whether it's partnership, always talk to a lawyer, because getting a lawyer will save you tons of money down the road. It will save you the headache down the road. I've come across instances where people say, my friend and I started a business, but this person took me out of it. My friend and I started an organization, but this person they took the organization away from me. They took the business away from me when it became profitable. This will not happen in the face of a sound legal advice provided by a lawyer.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Wow. So the first protection. So a business needs protection. A business
Definitely.
idea, once you have the money to implement your business, you need to protect yourself. And the best tool of protection is the legal system, And the only guide that you can have that can really give you the best, representation to properly protect yourself is a lawyer. You see, when you
Definitely.
talk about these things, it almost sounds like you are wasting people's time until they get to a situation where they are either faced with, fighting, a battle that they might lose or spend a lot of money on, or leaving it for God. And then,
Definitely.
they now, have this regrets, this, situation where they now regret that, oh, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that, to be able to be in a better position to represent my business, or be in a better position to, you know, protect my business from, the hands of people who are coming to, to either take it away for whatsoever reason or the other. Thank you so much for, for this eye opener, because a lot of people, business is not, for the first 3 months or the first 6 months, it's very sweet and it's nice and everybody is involved, especially when the business involves a third party. And if you see in the Liberian business landscape, a lot of businesses are sole proprietorship, because people just prefer that, let me just do this thing by myself instead of getting a partner, right? Let me
And
just do
yeah,
it by
yeah,
myself. Yes, yes, you want to add something?
yeah, definitely. And between you and I, and it's public, this is one of the reason why Liberian businesses struggle. Because one man show you cannot have all the resources in terms
Right?
of investment, you cannot have all the expertise in terms of running the business. In other
Mm-hmm.
countries, you see people form partnership, people form corporations where we scoop resources from various places and people, and we put them together to do a very good and a large scale business. But you find out that in Liberia, like you rightly stated, you have too many sole proprietorships because people are scared to get involved with other people.
And the
And it's
reason,
because, again,
right? Mm-hmm.
and
Is
the reason
because,
of
right,
that is because people do not seek legal advices before getting in there. 9 out of 10
right,
persons will tell you they have a bad experience with working with other people. Some of
right,
those bad
right,
experiences could be their own making, and some of them just their own inaction of getting a law or legal advice. Because what the lawyer does, a lawyer is a professional person who's not into you and your partner's dealing. They just come to set the
mm-hmm,
parameters to say, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what this person's supposed to do. These are the lines that we do not cross. And that will guard each and every partner in a business or every shareholder in a corporation or manager, that will guard our behavior. And you will know what to do and
right,
what not to do. So in case the
right,
relationship gets sour, in case the relationship get dysfunctional, that will be the ground rules that will separate us, that will say no. The rules here says that if you are disenchanted, they will buy you out. So we do an evaluation of the business and we pay you up, but you will not break the business because of this person. Because mind you, they
thank
got
you,
people who says, one, I'm not into it, we destroy this business. And for me, I had a
thank
personal
you,
experience. I had a personal experience, so that it add up to my legal knowledge, and it's an eye opener where you get somebody from the onset. You have put in all the resources, but because the lines are not drawn properly, because this person does not even know their role in the business, after some time they think that both of you are co-owners, and rightly
right,
so. Some people will invest as much as you, but because you are the face and you want to rob them of their own hard labor also. That way, again, the
right,
law becomes the tool that govern our
right,
behavior and relationship.
right, right, right. This is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, now how can, very quickly, right? Because there's just a lot to do or to talk about in expanding this topic. Very quickly, how can business owners, work with lawyers to prevent losses and some of these issues that you talk about, especially in interaction or in engagement, or as it relates to the different stakeholders of the business. How can business owners engage lawyers? I mean, you guys are expensive. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
And this is one professor said to me, do not kneel alone before you go to form a friendship with a banker. So it's the same.
Oh my God, we need to print that on a T-shirt. Yes, we need
Yeah,
to. Thank God I know
definitely.
you already. So that that solves a lot of problem.
Yeah, it
Right,
solves a lot of problem. Because if I just
right.
kneel alone today and I go to quote a banker to be my friend, he or she will say this guy is just after this loan. But if we have a
Yes, it's after the
relationship,
loan.
that that banker can even tell me better ways, better options. And the same thing with
Right.
lawyers. You are my friend. You can just
Yes.
a phone die away and say, "Oh, Mike, I have XYZ issues. Can we have a lunch? Can we chit chat on it? I want to find out something. I have this dilemma. Can you help me out?" So it's not necessarily about the money. I know people are after the money, but again, that's them. But when you build up a relationship, like any professional, once you have a relationship, there are some things they will do on gratuity. Lawyers work,
Okay.
you won't believe that lawyers are one of the most exploited professionals in this country. Because everybody will
Mm,
take a phone and they will call you and ask you, "Oh, my man, and I'm about to sign this contract, but I don't understand something. Can you explain it to me?" And those are your friends that will
mm,
do it to you. Those are
mm-hmm.
acquaintances will do it. They'll call you, "Mommy, I'm at the police station. I'm here for traffic infraction, traffic violation. I have this issue." And being the society that we are, we just go ahead and we will give you heads up. It will make a telephone call. "Okay, give me the police officer number. Can I speak with the police officer? Officer, what's the issue? This is my client." And just that. So it's not about the money. It's about the
Right,
relationship. That's the
right.
relationship that we should cultivate, especially among us as entrepreneurs and young people. Is the
Okay.
relationship that matters the most.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
Thank you very,
So
thank you. Yes, yes, yes,
back to
yes.
the
Please,
question
you're on the
you
floor.
yeah, back to the question you asked, how does a lawyer assist? So the first thing is inform your corporation. The lawyer will be able to draw the parameters of the shareholders or who be shareholders. The lawyers will help you to come up with your bylaw and constitutions, what says what your managers can do, what your executives can do, what they are precluded from doing, what require a shareholder resolution before maybe your asset is transferred, before you take in a new partnership, before you take a loan. What do you need to do as an entity? So the lawyer will guard you, will give you that legal guidance that will lead your business to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
Contract
Wow.
formulation, contract interpretation, interpretation of statute, interpretation of regulations. For instance, you won't believe if you run a business in this country now, and maybe for some reason the economy becomes stagnant and you cannot have contract. Do you know that it's a legal requirement that you should write the Liberia Revenue Authority and inform them that though you are a registered entity, but you are presently not in business in terms of getting contracts, and that could save you from future taxes
Wow.
because you could write that communication and ask for tax waiver for the period.
Wow.
But only a professional will guide you on that.
Okay, okay, okay. Wow. This is useful
Yeah,
information. This is useful information because
definitely.
I've worked with a lot of American Liberians that come here, they set up a business, but because of, especially during the army lockdown, drawdown, where the army left and
Yeah,
the economy sort of took a
yeah.
tank,
The void that was
the,
created in the economy.
thank you. And a lot of things, we're just going haywire. Some people had to close shop. Some people had to, things picked up a little bit, after that long period of stagnancy. But during that period, a lot of people closed shop because they couldn't meet up with the taxation. They couldn't meet up with, because they fall within a particular tax bracket, and
Tax
they just
bracket,
have to
yeah.
hold up and go. And and we have, in the same Liberian economy, we have the Lebanese businesses, we have the Maningo businesses, we have all of these different businesses. I'm not talking, bad about them, but I'm just saying that they
Yeah.
they existed at that time, and they are still running business even till now. They didn't close shop. They didn't, they still maintained, their business,
They
and they
still
still
maintain
stayed
their
open.
businesses, business still
Yes,
operational. Yeah, they are not being here and there for tax purposes. So like I said,
right.
a professional will know how to provide help for an entrepreneur. So if you were to tell me, oh, I've been running this business, but for the last 6 months we provide services. For instance, we say we do janitorial services, and for the last 6 months we have not had any contract. As a professional lawyer or tax advisor will tell you, first thing you need to do, you need to write the Liberia Revenue Authority and inform them that
Mhm.
for the last 6 months you have not had any revenue. And because that will come in when business start to boom again, that they will want to collect your taxes that you fail to pay or you apparently fail to pay. But once that record is there, that during that period you did not have business coming in, that can save you a tons of money down the line. And like what you
Wow.
said earlier, other businesses just fall up and close. But if you register a business, there is a legal requirement in business here in Liberia that we call dissolution. You can voluntarily shut your business down and you have no tax obligation. But if you just fold your bags and pack up your inventory, maybe give them up and move, the government still recognize you as a business and the government will still expect that you pay taxes.
Are you serious? So there's a
Yes,
legal procedure for dissolution of a business.
definitely. There is a legal procedure.
So so it doesn't matter if you don't go to business registry to renew your registration. Once you're
No.
running as a business, oh Lord, once you
And
run as a business,
and this is what happened. So, for instance, I registered Mark Foster Ventures in 2009. At a particular period, we were dormant. We were not having income. Then we had to write the Liberia Revenue Authority and inform them that we were not into active business. We did not have income for some period. So when we started to revamp and I went to the business registry, the first thing they asked was from 2009 up to 2020, I should pay the registration for each year. Each year, whatever the registration fee was multiplied for all that period. So that 2000 and because we stopped paying around 2011. So 2011 to 12, 12 to 13, 13 to 14, 14 to 15, 15 to 16, 16 to 17, 17 to 18, 18 to 19, 19 to 20, 21, 22, 23. So imagine they told you to pay taxes for 13 years. Just business registration, annual renewal, 13 years. But again, because we have put up a safety net, we have informed the Liberia Revenue Authority that we were not in business. That helped to mitigate our cost. And again, we're able to get back in business. So you do not just fold up business because you are not making money and you just fold up. That is the wrong thing to do. So those are some of the things that lawyers can assist in, and lawyers can get you a better deal that can help you out for tomorrow.
wow, wow. I guess it's funny that people just you begin to wonder if people really do business with the mindset that this business is going to last for 5 to 6 to 7 years. But wow, and then it's really fascinating that um come to think about it, when you start a business, you need the law to legalize you. You need to work within the framework of the law. And you need a lawyer. But how do we not, how is it that a lot of us small business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, do not even think about, you know, getting the services of a lawyer who basically or generally is designed to help us avoid, situations like this? It's fascinating. Yeah.
Definitely, and those are some of the challenges that entrepreneurs face in this country. And one of the thing is, if you are to form a business today and go for a contract, everyone will see you as a business that just came in. And you find out that most entrepreneurs will register a business today. Tomorrow they will register another business. Day after they will register another business because they fail to meet some legal requirement like annual renewal for 2 3 years, and they just cut it short to say, okay, I just rather go and register a new business. But that will impact your performance. If you had a deal on the table and they're looking for maybe a company or a professional to provide services with experience, you just registered a business last year, you could be at the bottom of that list.
Right.
Meanwhile,
Right.
in reality, you have been in existence but in under different names and forms for the last 15
Thank
years.
you so much. So sorry for cutting you. You see this situation where people, there is a bid, right? An NGO puts out a bid, and then you go and you read, and then at the place of eligibility, they say that you must have been in business for 4 years, for 5 years, and you have been in business for 10 years, right? And then
Mhm.
you go there, but because your business registration does not have that track record, there is no way you can convince anybody that you have been in business with that business name for that amount of time. And so you either have to bribe your way to get that contract, or you lose the contract and then you complain.
Definitely, definitely, and that's the and that's what the law does because the law protects, as I said earlier. So if you were to read the Liberal Revenue Authority and say, right now we're not into business because our income has shrunk, our business have an issue. Maybe there is a fire disaster and things got wrong, or maybe you have a issue and you cannot continue your business operation. Mind you, that will be on the book. But you could come back anytime when the situation improve and you could go back to your same name and the years of experience will be accumulated onto you. And that will help you to win contracts. That will help you because that is a record. If you tell anybody that you've been in a particular line of business for 5 years, they see you as a professional and
Right.
everybody will want to work with you. Nobody want to work with somebody who just got incorporated today. Nobody want to do that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh Lord. Wow, this has been very, very insightful. I think that you should write a book, on this thing, and because a lot of business, a lot of people, you see, it's funny because we have all of these programs with all of these NGOs, talking about entrepreneurship, new businesses, these young people, young guys, people like us that are engaging in this entrepreneurship cohorts, and sharing these business ideas, and they want to grow. I myself, I'm instructing um, at Gonet Academy. I'm doing business entrepreneurship and business management. I'm teaching young people who want to start up a business, expand their business, structure their business properly so that they can make profit. And most of these people, they don't know these things. And at the end of the day, when there's a problem, you cannot trace, you cannot really trace the root cause of this problem to the fact that you did not get proper legal representation. You
Advice.
didn't get
Sure.
proper legal advice on what to do. And then so you made a lot of decisions that are mistakes that are now directly impacting the business. And then you wake up one morning and say, no, this business, nothing works here. I want to leave. I'm not doing, and it's funny, it's fascinating. And people need to understand that the law is a wonderful tool to excel in business. And like you have said, rightly so, you cannot grow without understanding how the law factor into your business. I think
Business,
that,
definitely.
yes, I think that I think that you should go ahead and, talk more about this, factor this in, and really, because people need to know that you cannot succeed in business, you cannot really succeed in business as an investor, as an entrepreneur, partnering with people, working with people, to really, really grow. Talk very briefly before we close, talk very briefly about relationship with staff, relationship with, because they are also stakeholders in the business.
Definitely. And your staff are one of your most valuable assets in business because they are direct representation of your products. They are the one interacting with the public. They are the one interacting with the customers. Most often, we entrepreneurs, we come up with all the fine ideas, we polish it, and we send it forth with our staff. Your relationship with your staff, if the person is just a staff, let that relationship be memorialized. Let it be in the form of an agreement. Let it be in the form of a letter of engagement. Let it be in the form of letter of employment. I was saying I had a problem, and that was around 2018, 2019. I got a very good friend that when I launched Macom Technology and we started, we had our first setup on a bypass. And I called this guy who we've been in the IT industry for a couple of years, but he wasn't doing anything at the time. And I called him up. I said, "Can we sit here and get this thing started?" And we got it started. I invested all the resources. And after some time, the guy said he and I own the business or staff, claiming ownership. And this is no joke. This is no joke. And you won't believe. I left the place and I went at my office. Coming back, I met the guy there almost 6 o'clock with a taxi cab and was about to pack my computers and move them away. Because this guy was the staff and head of operations. So he had most interaction with the institution we were working with. I was just there when we secured the contract, we signed the agreement and everything. I practically left it with him and he was running it. And the guy was brave. He carried taxi cab and was about to pack my things from there. So I asked the principal, I said, "You got a copy of the contract between us. Did you see his name on it?" And the principal was like, "But and you brought a man here and said he the one will be teaching here." And I'm like, does that give him right to move anything from here? Again, I was protected because my business had registration. I bought all the equipment, the computers, everything I bought in the name of the business. So when we got the police in to restrain him, the question was, he said he had ownership. It was he and I that owned the business. He and I own all the equipment. So they asked him, can he show receipts for this equipment? Because this man brought receipt already. He even got witnesses of people he bought them from. And it showed the delivery note and everything. Again, those are stories you hear with many entrepreneurs in this country. So your relationship with anybody should always be formalized. It be even one line, let it be formalized because that will protect you. It will save you. It will save your reputation. It will save your resources. It will save your business.
Talk about, please, oh God, this is just mind blowing. Please talk about married people joining to do business. Talk about it, please. Because you said that every relationship should be formalized. So are you saying that, when you are married, you should also formalize the engagement of your wife into the business, or the engagement of your husband formalizing, or the wife formalizing the engagement of our husband in the business? Please talk about it.
And definitely. So for instance, my wife and I, own a business. We own a business, Benfay Academy. We are part owners. She got her share, and I have my shares. So assuming that things were to go sour, and that is a business, the asset of the business will be divided among us in terms of our ownership. It's a corporation, so the ownership will state what percentage of the business I own, what percentage of the business you own. And that will come in the articles of incorporation. And that will also be formalized by the issuance of share certificates. That will protect everybody's interest in the long run.
Thank you so much. We have expanded in a lot of this. Guys, please post your questions in the comment section. We are going to come, this is an ongoing conversation. We're going to answer your questions. I'm going to, engage and expand on this topic. Attorney Michael Fire, thank you so much for coming and sharing some really key insight on, business and the legal system of Liberia. It's been wonderful having you on this segment. Thank you so much for sharing. Guys, thank you. We have to go right now. It's been conversation towards a better Liberia. Please and please, the law is your friend. People who are lawyers are supposed to be business assets for you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chisom.